Okay, good morning everyone. So for today, I will guide you in answering Science 7 Quarter 1, Module 2.1. This is entitled The World of Elements. So what you're going to do, first you need to answer what I know. So under what I know, so you'll just write a smiley or smiling face if the statement is true. And sad face if the statement is false. So you only need to read the statement, and then if it is true, you will just draw a smiling face. And if it is false, then you will just draw a sad face. Okay, so after doing that, you will read lesson, The World of Elements. So this module is all about the world of elements or elements. So what do we mean by elements? So elements are pure substances made up of only one type of atom. So all things that has space, that has space and has mass, okay? So that is what we call atom. So the atom is the simplest unit of matter. So it is a pure substances, so like hydrogen and oxygen, that can't be split into simpler substances by chemical or physical means. So some examples of elements are hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon. So in total, if you're going to use or look at your periodic table of elements, which I require you to have, or you can simply buy it from the stores outside, or you can simply borrow the periodic table of elements from your siblings or your neighbors if they have. So in total, there are 118 elements that has been discovered. So after this short introduction, you will answer what's in. So I'll just read the direction to you. Before we proceed to the lesson on elements, let us review on the steps of scientific method or scientific investigation. So you will just arrange the following steps by writing the number before the step. The first step is done for you. So the first step is observation. So after you observe, what would be the second one? So you'll just write 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? So after answering what's in, you will answer what's new. Okay? So this is just a discussion. You will not answer it, but you'll just read about the topic on the world of elements. So we will discuss about pure substances. So ano nga ba ang pure substances? So pure substances are the main groups of matter. Okay? And pure substances are substances that are made up of only one kind of particle, whether it is an atom or molecule, and has a fixed constant structure. So again, when we say atom, it is the simplest form of matter. It has, it occupies space and has mass. So just like how you define atom in your elementary days. So pure substances are uniform in appearance, has uniform composition, has fixed boiling and melting points, and is known to participate in chemical reaction to form other compounds. Okay? So keep in your mind the vocabulary here in the box that is shown in your module or can be seen in your module. So the one that has been defined here would be the word atom, which is the smallest indivisible unit of matter. So when we say indivisible, meaning we cannot divide it any further. Hindi na natin siya mahahati sa mas maliitang parte. Kasi yun na yung pinakamaliit. Yun na yung todo na yun, pinakamaliit na siya, hindi mo na siya pwedeng hatiin. Kung hahatiin mo pa siya, ibig sabihin hindi pa siya atom. Okay? Kung mahahati pa siya. Kung hindi na siya kayang hatiin, that is the time that we call it atom. So, atom that occupies space and has mass. And what about the term molecule? It is a combination of two or more atoms chemically joined. So when two atoms are joined or combined together, then that is the time that we call it as molecule. So I will also send a PowerPoint about this topic. Okay, so for this video, I will just explain to you the things that you will do in your module 2.1. Okay, so let us move on. So pure substances are uniform in appearance, has a uniform composition, has fixed boiling point and melting point. So saan nyo makikita tong boiling and melting point? You can see it using the periodic table of elements. You can find it there in the periodic table of elements. So it is indicated the melting, boiling points, the oxidation point. Right? So under pure substances are elements and compounds. So there are two words, two terms that you should remember. So in this module, we will focus on the world of elements. So ibig sabihin ng elements, it can be found in nature, in our body, in industries. So elements that can be seen using the periodic table of elements. Yan yung nakikita natin sa periodic table of elements. Siyempre, mga elements. Okay? So in the figure or in this drawing, we can see that there are different elements that are found in our body, such as oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, phosphorus, potassium, sulfur, sodium, chlorine, and magnesium. Okay? So there are also traces of different elements here, yan, that can be found in our body. Okay. So, let us move on. So, what is it? So, ano nga ba yung elements? So, elements will be explained by Kuya Don. So, just read this simple comic strip or discussion. So, he is Kuya Don. So, I'll just read it to you. Hi, I am Kuya Don. Today, I'll be touring you in the laboratory where different elements can be found. Elements are pure substances. They are strong. It cannot be broken down into simple form by chemical means. So the elements are a huge family. They have 118 members. So do you know or do you want to know some of them? So this is a periodic table of elements. Here, you can see the periodic table of elements. It lists down the 118 known elements, either naturally made or artificially made. So elements here are arranged in increasing atomic number, as you can see inside the boxes in the table. Can you see some elements that, can you name some elements that you can see? So using the periodic table of elements, I want you to identify the different elements. So they are arranged in increasing atomic number. Okay. So, yung mga atomic number, ayan, yung nakikita natin dyan. Example, for hydrogen, this one, ayan, laki. Ayan, yung atomic number, number 1 dyan. Okay, kita natin. This one, 1. And then we have 2. Helium. And then for lithium. 4 for beryllium. 5 for boron, so on and so on. Okay, so those are what we call atomic number. Can be seen on the upper left corner of the element, in periodic table of elements. Okay, so the boxes in the periodic table represents one element. Basic information in the periodic table includes the element name and the element symbol. So where can we find the element name and element symbol? So, for hydrogen, it's kind of blurred. Okay? Ito yung element name. Ayan. That would be, supposedly, that would be hydrogen. And for the symbol, we have this H. So, the symbol for hydrogen would be H. Okay, and the element name is hydrogen. Okay, so you can use your periodic table of elements as your reference. So scientists agreed to give symbols to each of the elements. Ayan. In the next section, we will learn how the elements are named. I will let you discover it through guided activity. Till next time. Ayan. So I will discuss to you about different rules in naming elements. So naming elements is a difficult task. The individual or the group that discovered it gets the privilege of naming it. So, how are they named? So, the individuals or group that discovered it gets the privilege of naming it. So, sometimes in biology, it is in this it goes the same way, wherein when you discover a new species of organism, then you also have the privilege to name it, to give it scientific name. So just like in elements. So when you are the one who discovered the elements, you'll get the privilege on naming the element. So here are some of the ways on how they name the elements as we get it today. So these are from IUPAC, or International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Okay, please keep that in your mind. So number one, this is the first rule in naming elements based on the properties of the element. So ano nga ba yung mga properties ng elements? So elements have been named based on their properties or attributes. For example, phosphorus got its name from the Greek word phosphoros, which means lightning bearer. So it is due to the fact that phosphorus, when burnt, gives off a very bright light. So sometimes they are named based on their property, or rather most of the time they are named based on their property and characteristics. So based from its origin or mineral substance. So, saan nga ba sila nagmula, on origin nila? So elements are also named based from its origin, mineral, or what we call as ore. Elements are usually found mixed with other elements through rocks called minerals. So for example, aluminum is named after its ore, alum. Yeah, from where it was first found. So alum is a combination of aluminum, potassium, and sulfate. So since the origin of aluminum is or alum, so kaya nagkaroon tayo ng pagbibigay ng pangalan sa aluminum as aluminum. Based on its discovery, some of the elements are named based on the way it was discovered. Example, helium was named helium when they discovered it accidentally when they are studying a solar eclipse and saw an unknown signal in their graphs. So they named it after the Greek word for sun, or Helios. That's why they came up with the name helium, because it is based on how it is discovered. So based on mythological figures or astronomical objects. Some of the elements are named after mythological figures like thorium, from the name of the Norse god Thor, or the god of thunder. I know that you're familiar with Thor. Yeah. Based on places they represent, so most recently discovered elements are named after locations that they represent. For example, yttrium is named after Ytterby, Sweden, as they are found in a mine in that location. Berkelium is named after Berkeley, California, where this element is discovered. Okay, and last would be based on scientist's name. Some of the elements as well as named in honor of scientists like Einstein, in honor of Albert Einstein. Ayan, there are rules in giving elements symbols. And how do they come up with the symbols of the element? So, ito yung mga rules. Okay? Scientists agreed to give symbols for each element. So, this is very helpful, especially to those elements with long names. So instead of writing the full names, a one-letter or two-letter symbol may be used. You can find these symbols in the periodic table. It is written in the same box for that element. For instance, O is the symbol for oxygen. So, bakit natin kaya yung mga scientists na isip nila na magkaroon ng symbol? So, para sa atin, di ba, we use shortcuts. Okay? Para hindi na laging mahaba yung isinusulat natin. Pero, same naman yung thought. So, that's why scientists think of a way to make everything simple or simpler. Kaya nagkaroon sila, nag-develop sila ng short name or symbol for elements. So, notice that the most one-letter symbols are the first letters of this element. So, most of the time, yung mga, lalo na yung mga dati pang na-discover na elements, puro one letter lang siya. One letter symbol. And that one letter symbol, yun yung first letter nung element. So, for the two letter symbols, most of them starts with the first letter of the element. Notice that the second letter of the symbol may be any letter found in the element's name. So, notice as well, only the first letter is capitalized for the two-letter symbol. So, ang unang letter lang, kunwari two-letter symbol ng element ang nandoon. So, if you're going to, if you notice, the first letter is the only one that is capitalized. Then, the second one, small letter na siya. So, there are also symbols that use letters from the ancient name of the element. Example, ferrum, or the ancient name of the iron. Gets its symbol from it, which is Fe. Kaya yung iron, hindi natin siya sinusulat na symbol na I. Okay? So instead of I, it would be F from the term ferrum. Kasi dyan nakuha yung ancient, yan yung ancient name ng iron. Okay? Argentum is the old name of silver. So before, silver is called as argentum. But the element symbol is Ag. Okay, ang element symbol is Ag. Okay, so let us answer what's more. Activity 1, self-discovery mode. Using your periodic table, choose 10 elements and write their names and their symbols in the table below. So using your periodic table, pili lang kayo ng 10 elements. Choose 10 elements. You just need to write the name, example, for hydrogen. And then, the element symbol would be H. Okay? So, pili pa kayo ng iba pa. Okay? For critical thinking questions, you just need to answer the following questions. Based on your chosen elements, how are the element symbols derived? So, base doon sa mga napili nyong symbols, paano nga ba sila na-derive? Okay? So, number 2, is there a pattern in the names of the elements? Explain, ano nga bang pattern nila? Are they named after the one who discovered it? Are they named based on the location where are they discovered? Ayan. So, sulat nyo lang. Which among those elements are familiar to you? Unfamiliar to you? So, sa mga sinulat yung mga elements, ano yung mga familiar? List it down. Yung mga hindi kayo masyadong familiar, sulat nyo rin. Okay? Then, answer activity number 2, pamilya ko. Look closely to the sets of elements given below. Analyze how each element in each set got their symbol. Okay? Based on your conclusion, state the rule in deriving the symbol of an element. So, analyze nyo lang yung mga elements sa ibaba. Ayan. So, you will analyze each element in each set got their symbol. Paano nga ba nila na kuha yung symbol nila? So, example, dito sa data 1, ayan, we have the nitrogen, the boron, carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. So, paano sa tingin nyo? Analyze nyo lang. Paano nila nakuha yung symbol nila? So, ang symbol nila is N, B, C, H, O. Susulat nyo na lang siguro dito sa ibaba. Kung paano nila nakuha yung first, yung symbol nila. Okay? Then you will, based on your conclusion, you will state the role in deriving the symbol of an element. So, yan. Paano nga ba na-derive yung symbol nila? Based dun sa mga rules na na-discuss natin kanina. What about in data 2? We have lithium, aluminum, helium, beryllium, calcium. How are they named? Paano nila nakuha yung symbol na yan? Okay? Ano yung na-obserbahan nyo? Ano yung na-analyze nyo dito sa mga symbols na nasa data 2 as well as in data 3 and data 4. So just write your analysis and conclusion here. Sulat nyo lang. Example, dito sa data 1, so, use the first letter of the element. Oh, yan yung analysis nyo. So, they are grouped based on first letter of the element and they only have one letter symbol. Yung iba pa, ano yung analysis nyo, ano yung observation nyo, and then, ano yung rule in answering or in naming or writing the symbol of the element. So, critical thinking questions based from the examples above. How are the elements symbol derived? Ayan, dito nyo susulat na lang. Paano nga ba na-derive yung mga symbols na yun? If the symbol of an element is only one letter, how it should be written? Kung ang element ay isang one letter lang, paano nga ba hindi susulat? If the, is it capital letter or small letter? Yeah. If the symbol of an element consists of two letters, how it should be written? Yung first letter ba, ano ba dapat? Capital or small? Yung second letter ba, capital din ba o small? Okay. So, where do you think the symbol in data 4 was derived? So, saan nga ba na-derive to? Nasa data 4. So, yan. Okay. Then, what I have learned, you just need to fill up activity number 3. Fill me up, Buttercup, don't break my lines. Ayan. So, matter can be classified as blank and blank. And blank is a pure substance that contains one kind of atom. So, some common elements are O4. So, ano yung element na yun? AU4. So, you just need to look for your periodic table of elements. Yan. Just fill up the missing terms or words for activity number 3. So, what I can do? So, this is a performance task. Slum book essay the element. So, you will make a slum book. Okay? So, your goal is to introduce the element via a comprehensive essay. So, you'll just make an essay. Para slum book, pwede nyo isulat tungkol doon sa element na yun. Ayan, in short introduction. Ano nga ba yung element na yun? So, role. Ang role mo, you are a writer in the world-renowned chemistry magazine. You are asked by your editor to write about a certain element. So, just imagine you are a writer. Kunwari, writer ka. Tapos, yung editor mo ay magsulat ka tungkol sa specific element. Sino yung audience mo? Your audience are curious students just like you. You need to catch their attention on your assigned element just like a promodizer in mall. So, para kayong ipopromote nyo yung element nyo, dapat maging curious dun sa isasulat nyo na dun sa magazine na yun. So, situation, you are given a list of properties, history and origins, and practical uses of the elements that you are assigned. If you bulk them down with a lot of information, they may be bored. If you don't give them enough, they may not read your article. You can also add information that you can research on the internet or in books. So, the product is a slum book essay write-up for the magazine. You will be given the front page assignment. It means that you will be in charge as well as of the article that will be banner of that issue. So, standards. Ayan. So, we have a rubrics here. So, dapat, para maging excellent ang grade sa inyo, you should have different ideas. Dapat clear and focus ang gawa, no? It holds the reader attention. Organization. It enhances and showcases the central idea or theme. Sentence fluency. Maayos dapat ang pagkakasulat. Convention. Dapat maayos din yung parang sa spelling, punctuation, capitalization, grammar, and the presentation. So the form and presentation of the text enhances the ability of the reader to understand and connect with the message. It is pleasing to the eye. At maganda yung gawa ng slam book. Okay? So you will do this on short bond paper. This is performance task. Please do this on short bond paper. So, pili na lang kayo which element you want to introduce. Example, ang napili nyo ay gold. Ayan, gold. So, sulat lang kayo ng information tungkol kay gold. You can include illustrations. You can include comic strip. Basta, magiging pleasing to the eye. Yung, kunwari, parang gagawa kayo ng, kayo yung mag-assign sa isang column, sa isang magazine. Introduce nyo yung element na yun. At make sure na gugustuhin ng mga kaklase mo, ng mga students, na basahin yung iyong column sa magazine. Okay? So, make it colorful. Pwede kong mag-drawing, magkulay. Yan. Pwede rin kayo mag-search sa internet. So, that would be your performance task. So, kapag may score kayo na 5, it means your work is excellent. Pag 4, very good. Pag 3, average. 2 is improvement and acceptable. You will post it, photo comment your work on the link that I will send to you, to your GC. Okay? Last one would be the assessment. Ayan, just answer the following assessment. Ayan, for number 1, you just need to write the element symbol. Anong symbol ng session? Ano yung basis of origin of name? Is it in the property of element? Is it in the sa origin ng element na yon? The one who discovered, where it is discovered. So, kailangan nyo mag-search sa internet. Additional activities. Yan. Activity 5, Detective Conan as me. So, you will act as a detective. You can search the internet for the information. Ano ba ang origin of name ng copper? And ano yung mga uses niya? So, just give it. Just give all the information that you have here. Then, Detective Conan Part 2. You will identify the following elements referred to by this following description. Ayan. So, ano yun nyo lang siya? Identify nyo lang. Anong element yan? Example, I am the lightest element on the periodic table. Siya yung pinakamagaan. Ano kaya yun? Just look at the periodic table. Ano kaya yung magaan? Okay? Then you'll identify, just need to write your answer here sa bottom or sa below the description. And then activity 6, it's showtime. In the activity, you can ask for help from your parents or older siblings. You can do the following. You will prepare a slam book type or like introducing yung kanina. Make a chart poster of multimedia presentation and common elements and compounds using their symbol names and views. So, siguro I prefer you doing the slam book type. Yung kanina. Ayan, yung kanina. You'll just write this on short bond paper. Yung kung paano siya gigradean, nasa taas na rin. So, if you understand the whole guide for module 2.1, please heart this video or heart this video. If you have a question, just like this video. Okay? Thank you. Again, I will post the link where you will photo comment your slam book and your answers here on your module. Okay? Thank you. If you like this video, do not forget to like the video and subscribe.